It was a long, boring road from my place to the cabin I'd rented in the hopes to spend a weekend in blissful solitude, with only the forest creatures to keep me company. I had been driving on a desolate road for 4 hours at this point, watching a bootleg movie on my phone to keep myself awake. That's why I didn't see the man standing in the middle of the road, his body folded backwards underneath my car's wheels with a squelch. I hit the brakes and turned around to see a crumpled figure lying on the road, blood pooling in a circle around him. I scanned the area around me. It was dense forest as far as the eyes could see. Not a single other car on the road besides me. Okay, I'm all right, I thought. There's no witnesses. Nobody will know. Encouraged by that fact, I floored the accelerator, hoping to get as far away from this place as humanly possible. I breathed a sigh of relief when the body went out of sight in my rear-view mirror, and there was still no sign of anyone around. I had messed up badly? Yes, but I was safe now. I continued the drive forward, even more eager now to get to the cabin. To make matters worse, my GPS decided that now was the best time to stop working, displaying my current location as unknown. Piece of shit, I mumbled, and looked up in order to try and discern my location. My heart dropped. On the road only a few meters in front of me was the man I had hit. There was no doubt about it. His limbs were still splayed out, fresh blood still pouring out of various orifices. I grabbed the wheel and skidded past him, watching the rear-view mirror as I did. Just before the body left my line of sight, I saw it move. It was almost imperceptible, but it shifted its position slightly. I continued speeding forwards, hoping to leave this cursed forest, and God knows what I killed far behind me. It was no use. After about 1.5 kilometers of driving, I spotted him on the road in front of me yet again. He was almost exactly as I left him. Almost. This time he was on his feet, looking directly towards me. His face looked mangled, mutilated beyond comprehension. His arms seemed disjointed and hung loosely from their sockets. But the worst part were his eyes, yellow and beady, piercing into my very being, accusing me of my past transgressions. Failing to see any other option, I drove around him once again and watched as his gaze followed me. As I drove off, he smiled at me, showing off his blood-stained teeth. In that moment, I knew all hope of escape was gone. The man was simply playing with me. This road would lead nowhere but the consequences of my own actions.